It's time for a little teaser talk at sea. We just spent 6 unforgettable days and nights aboard ShipRocked 2025, celebrating its 15th sailing. With epic performances from Parkway Drive, Hollywood and Dead, Nothing More, The Struts, and so many more. It was a non-stop rock and roll adventure. And guess what? The countdown is already on for 2026, sailing January 25th through the 31st of 2026 from Miami to the Bahamas with a stop at Half Moon Cay. But first, buckle up for exclusive interviews, wild stories, and all the shenanigans you've come to love. Let's rock this recap. Happy Teaser Talk Tuesday, everyone. I don't even know what day or year it is after being 6 days in the Caribbean, partying 24/7. Well, maybe 22/7. So we got 3 hours of sleep. Wait, no, it's 2 hours of sleep.
Scary.
Anyways, what's up, everyone? So I am here today with a very special guest, and her name is Ashley. And Ashley is my partner in crime. I guess I should say was, because it's not like we're currently on board anymore. But Ashley was my partner in crime on ShipRocked, my cabin mate. We survived. So welcome to the show, Ashley.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here and on ShipRocked. That was like
Oh
a once in
my
a
gosh.
lifetime experience.
It really was, and I mean, it was my first time being on ShipRocked. I know it was your first time being there, as well as your first cruise. So I'm proud to say, you guys, we survived. We came on as noobs, and we offboarded as survivors.
Yes.
So I feel like it's like a badge of honor or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, we made it. We made it longer than the Starfish girl, which we'll get into that here in a little bit.
I've been telling everybody about that story, but
We definitely. I'm not sure. We'll see how much we could tease people about it, because this is teaser talky, guys. But yeah, okay. So it started off. It was. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the days. So it was January 19th through the 25th of 2025, and we flew in a day before. So obviously we wouldn't miss our the cruise sailing away. So let's just kick off from the very beginning. So coming in, we got this cute little Airbnb, but kind of weird because it was attached to somebody's house, but kind of cool because I'm like, okay, well, if someone breaks in, they're going to go to their house first before our little apartment thing. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
nothing too bad. But that night, that was Saturday night, and it was a pre-party. So the pre-party they had there in Miami, and the word alive, Butcher Babies had played. I believe there was somebody else, I can't remember who else had played there, but it was like kind of like their little kickoff party, and surprisingly there's a pretty decent turnout.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. And people were rocking out already, and it
Mhm.
kind of set the tone for everything. They
Yeah, I
served us a
mean,
huge ass shot, remember?
what was it?
They served us a huge shot.
Okay, yeah, you guys, pro tip. So find the bartender that likes, we call them in Oklahoma City with our friends, we call them gayborhood pours. Because here in the gay district in Oklahoma City, you guys, it's like 98% tequila, like 2% soda water. And yeah, so I found my bartender, and I already I had him locked and loaded. So Ashley came in because her flight was a couple of hours after mine. And at this point, like I wasn't like even buzzed, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I think I just had one drink, and it was like over an hour or two span or something. But yeah, we were like, yeah, let's take shots. And Ashley went to like a line, and I'm like, no, 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 we go to this guy. And it was like 3 shots, I swear, into one.
Yeah. It was like the plastic cup filled with half tequila.
Yes. Correct. So that was fun, and I'm saying this in a playful way, but I mean, we had several relationships, and my first relationship of Shiprocked was
Started
that
that.
night. Yeah, we nicknamed him Stash. I honestly don't remember his real name. He had a mustache. He vowed to be my prom date, but that did not turn out, and we'll more to that about later, somewhat of that, as much as we want to tell. But so yeah, that was the pre-party. That was fun, awesome. Butcher Babies were energetic, brought the energy. It was cool seeing a lot of our media friends, and Ashley, obviously, it's your first time meeting a lot of them, but like seeing Dean and Nicole, and of course Christine and Mike, who are freaking awesome. Shout out to them. It was just a great time, but I'm just glad we didn't like overdo it, because we did have an early morning and we still had 6 days ahead of us.
Yeah.
Correct. All right, so let's fast forward. Let's get into the juicy parts. Now, okay, day of, what's it called? Disembarkment, or is that whenever you come back?
Girl, this was my first cruise, so I have no clue.
Okay.
I was
Huh.
literally just following along.
Well, I'm like, I'm trying to use these words, so it makes me sound like I'm like a seasoned pro, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm using this right. But anyway, so the day of this us leaving port, I guess I should say. That was cool. We got on board pretty quickly. We got in there. What I'm trying to think. We had we had a couple of hours before then, so of course we had to go grab our first celebratory drink on board. It was okay.
Tan by the pool. That was super
Mhm.
fun. I mean, there's stuff to do while you wait
Yeah.
for your room, so it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, like they had like you couldn't go to the casino. We learned that out because you have to be like a mile or 10 miles or something out. But we did have these cool teaser shop talk sunglasses. And for those who are listening to the audio experience, you guys are missing out because these are like so cool. So I think I'm gonna like just start doing like I'm
Live.
like these sunglasses are mysterious. It's like, did she do cocaine? Is she tired? Is she awake? Can she see? It's
Yeah.
unsolved mysteries.
Go to the next ShipRocked and you can get your own pair of teeth.
Correct. Yeah, or I'm sure you can have Anna. I'm sure she has about 10 pair on her shoes.
And, oh, and it was cool because like you got to set out, what are they called? Like door prize or like
Yeah,
trinkets of
like
news.
knickknacks or like exchanges. It's called something. I'm totally fucking kick this up right now.
I know. We were kind of brain dead from ShipRocked, but they're called something. But everybody gives something away.
Trades, that's what it is,
So
trades. Yeah, we had trades, and we had, like, cute little, like, necklaces, like, little rubber ducks on them, and then we had sunglasses.
yeah, these were outside in a bucket
Mhm.
in front of our room with teaser talk beads
Uh-huh.
and a poster for
Yeah,
our.
so we had our door decorated, so pro
Yeah,
tip, you guys, if you guys go on ShipRock next year, get a little door decoration, but, like and oh my gosh, it also make sure you join the Facebook group.
yeah.
It's very entertaining, and, the amount of people that were like, "Whoever stole my whatever off my door," and I'm like, first off, you put something on your door, like, it just expects some shenanigans or some hooligans to come up there and, like, just don't be, like, very attached to your things because at the end of
Yeah,
the day, they can just be removed. But
don't
definitely decorate. It
super.
was fun to see all the different little places, and actually around the corner, there was somebody from Oklahoma too as well there, and we never connected with them, but that was cool. Cool to
Oh
see.
yeah, I remember.
Mhm. So yeah, so day 1, we set out and, they, do a family photo, so it's, like, everybody on board, like, we take a picture all together, and then who kicked it off first was Hollywood and Dead, and I will say I was so excited to see those guys again. I mean, shit, it's been a long time. I had Jarrell on the podcast, like, back in, like, 2019 or something. I don't know, so long ago. But I had him on the podcast, so that was cool to see them. They really brought the energy, like,
For
like
sure.
party vibes, we're gonna have fun. Woo, fuck responsibilities for a week. Woo, fuck Wi-Fi connection. Woo, fuck anything.
No, that was super fun and definitely set the tone for the first few days of partying on the boat.
Yes, absolutely. So there's like different milestones. One thing I learned is that there's like different milestones. So each year you're there. I think there's like a 3-year milestone, maybe a 5-year. I can't remember all the things, but if you were there like 8 years, you got to like go in and shop the merch early and get ahead of like the lines for a special meet and greet things. So it's pretty cool to kind of see like those milestones as people keep coming back of what they get. Let's see here. Plush played as well. Atreyu played, which we saw very briefly. Um,
Did we?
on
I
the
saw a good part of their show, like half of it at least.
we saw their other second show. So that's another thing too, you guys. So like whenever you see these bands on the boat, typically they play twice. So the cool thing is if you miss them the first time, you can get to see them the second time. Usually they have different sets and everything. Oxymorons played, but we caught POD that night. POD was awesome.
Mhm.
And then Nothing More was great, even though we about blew away off of the top of the the ship.
It was a little cold out
It
there.
was freezing, and you guys always pack long sleeve. I don't think I ever wore anything that other than, like, on the beaches. Like, I either had, like, pants, I feel like, or, like, long sleeves on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was fun. One thing I would not recommend well, okay, I don't wanna be negative, so that sounds terrible. One thing that we didn't jive with was the singles mingle.
It looks so
So
boring.
you guys, so I am like, we're out, like, we weren't drunk or anything, but we were having a good time. And I am like, hey, I'm single, I can mingle. And we go and we're trying to find the single mingle, and which interesting was because it was like at midnight. So I'm like, I kind of think about it as like, at the end of the night when the club lights turn on and everyone's like, all right, well, I'm single. Who am I going to take home with me? Like closing time shit. Yeah, we walked by there and it was not a dating pool I'd want to swim in.
No, it was
Maybe
very
I got there on
depressing.
the wrong night, but not the A team for sure. I'm all
Depressing vibes.
it was very depressing for sure. And then there was a midnight movie, which I caught with my friend Stash, my brief friend. Don't worry, guys, I didn't hook up with him, so, like, don't be getting that idea. But it was kind of cool because they had it, like, in the theater, but, we walked in there about, like, halfway in, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and Blade Runner already is, like, a crazy, weird movie, and if you've never watched it before like me, you're really confused. So there was that, and then Silly Goose, which we didn't catch. What else? Is there anything else day one we wanna highlight on?
Um, no, not really. Day one was it was a lot to take in. So
Yeah.
it just happened really fast, honestly, but it was really good.
And we had to settle into because you had to go to, like, the muster station, which didn't take that long, but then you had to go do that, then you had to, like for me, I'm an unpacker, so all my entire suitcase had to be opened and cleaned out because I'm not trying to, like, like, I'll forget about stuff or I'll feel nervous. I don't know, I make it a home for me. But then I feel like day 2 was, like, a good, like, okay, we're kind of adjusted. We've kind of got our little, spaces. Like Ashley has her side of the room. I have my side of the room. Things are going. And I will say this too. I was thinking about this today. Ashley's like, we really took a gamble on each other. Because yes, we're friends IRL. We've hung out several times. We've had
Yeah,
slumber parties at Scotty's house several times. We've hung out. But, like, when you're on a ship with somebody in like, because cabins at the end of the day, like, they're small, and we had a
so
decent
true.
sized room, but it's still small for a cruise, right? I will say that, I'm glad hopefully you had the same experience as me, but it was, like, a good, pleasant experience. Because like,
Yeah.
could you imagine being stuck on board with somebody that was, like, I don't know, filthy
Uh,
or disgusting or I don't know, anything
right?
weird? Yeah.
No, I agree. I definitely think you're a great travel buddy. And yeah, just watch out who you take because, like you
Mhm.
said, like you could be dreading the days and counting them down. And I was not doing that at all. And I have gone on vacations where I am with people and I'm just like, ugh, but it's
Yeah, exactly, when people start getting on your nerve, you're like, "Shut the fuck up." Like, that never happened to me, so that
like
was
I
good.
never want to see you again when we get back.
Like, please leave my number blocked. You know what though too is like what I loved about us is like, obviously we're grown, but like it was never like if like whenever the point in time when you're like, "Hey, I'm tired," you were like, "Hey, I'm going back to the room. You good? Bye." Like, you know what I mean? I never felt like, "Oh, well, I also gotta go," or I had to like, you know what I mean? Like we just kind of like if we had our moments, just go and do your moments together. So that's always a pro. I always look for in a travel companion. So thanks for that. All right, so day 2, let's see, let's look at some of these. My friend Slim actually messaged me and he said that his friend or their guitarist with MGK Sophie Lloyd was there. And I didn't realize that until like after, but she had a guitar clinic that she ran and she was also in the stowaways. So that was pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to say hi to her because I didn't see her. I mean, there was a lot of people obviously on board. Ooh, let's talk about Family Feud. That was
Oh
also
my
day
God.
2.
The famous King Don was
That's when a legend
born.
was born. Well, the legend was already alive for several years, but born on Shipwrecked.
Right in front of our eyes. That's another thing you can see on ShipRocked is legends be reborn.
Yes, and so King Dom is, Hollywood Undead's tour manager, like, from day 1, like, OOG, and if you guys remember Hollywood Undead, they became really popular with MySpace, so that tells you, what was, like, 2004, 2002 maybe? So they've been around for quite some time, um and yeah, they had the Family Feud thing, and they got him drunk on purpose, and it was funny because, like, the last question that they had was, like, Family Feud was like, "What job requires you to take your clothes off?" Or something like that, and I've never seen an old man move so fast, but it was like, "Strippers!" And the whole entire theater just cracked up, it was funny.
Yes.
So they beat Parkway Drive, and Parkway Drive, I think, was slightly/majorly better over it. But we'll get into that here in a second. But I did get an email from Christine. who does like all the media, and this was actually the 15th sailing of ShipRocked. So 15th year, which is amazing. Let's see. Usually she has on here the amount of people that were on here. Let's see here. Blah blah blah.
Let me guess. Like 4,200.
That's a good guess. I was gonna guess like 3,400.
Okay.
It's not coming to me very quickly. Let's see. Because I think that ship holds like obviously there's a maximum amount. I can't remember. Damn, it does not say it on here. If I come across it, I'll update you guys on the numbers. But I'm not trying to like waste, 5 minutes for you guys to sit there and watch me read an
Just
email. Like fucking
scrolling.
boring.
I'll do the do 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 do.
Yeah, cue the elevator music.
Speaking of elevator music, riding the elevator in ShipRocked is always interesting.
Yeah, it could be very smelly. It could be very hot, like for like I was like, hey, that person's hot. Like there's some cuties on board.
Right?
It could be very scary. You remember that one time when it was like super like the boat, it wasn't like super shaky, but like the waves were hitting and like the whole elevator was swaying. I was like, oh my gosh, get me off this freaking elevator.
You could run into some bands on the elevator.
Yeah, we ran into like a lot of, I mean, that's the cool thing about ShipRock too. And I know people have said it, like obviously during like the lead up to it. And I don't see the number on here, but obviously lead up to the lead up of it, like, I had Swiggy, shout out to Swiggy, met him on board, of people talking about past experiences. But it was cool to actually see that. And actually we ran into Jarrell, from Hollywood and Dead, like day 2, was it? I can't remember, all the days are running up. But yeah, we hung out with them. We learned a new game, you guys, and it's not new, but it's new to us. CeeLo Dice.
Yes, that was so fun.
And watch out, you guys. Me and Ashley gonna fuck you up for your money. Give us 3 dice.
Everybody bring dollars next time you hang out with us.
No, $5. Come on, girl.
But dollar bills.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Okay, so also, they have like games and stuff on board, and I know we missed a handful of them because either doing media or catching shows. But one cool one that I wanted to see that we didn't get a chance to catch was Drunk Scully Says. So I'm assuming it's like Simon Says. So that's kind of cool, like to catch things like that. Austin Mead played; he was good. Deck Wars was another thing that we didn't get a chance to watch because I believe that was during our interview with Atreyu. I
Yeah.
can't remember. But yeah, let's see. Also, Parkway Drive. Okay, that first night. So this was Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Was that prom night or no? Yeah, Monday was prom night.
I thought Tuesday was prom night.
No, yeah, Tuesday. So Monday was that, and then Ghost Kid. Damn, was that the night that I enjoyed my liquid beverages a little too much?
Yes. That was
If you guys saw Hollie Nicole in the perhaps casino bar, perhaps the lounges, I can't really remember. You guys really
yeah.
didn't see me. It was Patricia. It was Tequila Hollie.
It really was. We drank so much tequila that night.
Yeah, we blew our wad, and like I was already telling myself, pace it. But hey, sometimes if you hang out with party people, you party. So that's what we did.
Maybe it was Parkway Drive's fault though, because we were rocking out hard to them that first night they played, and Winston, their lead singer, jumped into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a big thing.
I barely remember that one, but yep, I do remember that part. I'm kidding. I do remember that part. It was toward the end of the night that I was like, maybe I should slow down, drink some water. Anyways, moving on to Tuesday. So there was the hairy chest contest, which we missed because we did have to get an extra sleep, a little more time.
Yes, that Wednesday morning was or Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday morning. Yeah, that was man, and that was just like day 3. Really, you know what I mean? Or day 2. Yeah, it was a long one. I wasn't hungover. That's what I love about sticking to just tequila. But I was just like, I just need some more sleep and like a shit ton of water.
Yeah, water.
So yeah, they also had bingo that we missed that too. Spirit World played. They were awesome.
Yes.
Dodgeball tournament, hell to the no. Like I'm not sad I missed that because I remember being that little 60-pound kid that's like sticks like twigs, people like slaughtering me. No, PTSD from elementary school. Okay, what else? So that was prom night. And Oh, Flat Black also played that night too. They were
Yeah, Flatbush was
awesome.
really good. They had a crazy story about their bassist like
Oh,
instrument
yeah, they
getting.
lost all their shit, like, they didn't lose it, but the airlines didn't connect
Yeah.
their like, they didn't get their like, the bassist didn't make the connecting flight. Yeah, I forgot about
So
that.
who did he borrow? Somebody from
How it wasn't somebody from Silly Goose. Who was it?
those guys you interviewed last
Interviewed
with
last.
the contacts.
Oh, Dad Guys. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, shout out to Alex and shout out to Kyle. They were really fun. But yeah, and then Nothing More played again. So yeah, that was prom night, and Ashley and I was each other's prom dates. So you guys
Yeah,
put
we
2 of them
started out
together.
as prom dates and then we ended up going with each other because
Yeah, we had prom dates and we quickly lost them because your girl, well, for me anyways, your girl's sassy pants.
it's okay. They
It's
didn't deserve to
fine.
go to prom with Holly.
Well, you know what? Honestly, yeah, he was like 26 too. Well, slightly too young for me, allegedly. Anyways, so we did that night. Was that the night we did karaoke? I think we did karaoke that prom night. Yeah, I
Oh
think
my
it was.
gosh. Yes,
Mhm.
that first night we did karaoke.
Yep, and Nick from Flat Black, we got him to sing, and he has an incredible
I
voice.
know. He sang Kings of Leon
Mhm.
song.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to sing it for you guys, but that one is like, "Da-na-na-na-na-na, da-da-da."
I'm not singing it either.
Alright, we're just gonna quick.
It was a Kings of Leon song. Go to
Yeah, there you guys. You guys like there's only a couple of them that everyone knows, so you guys can put 2 together. So that was the first night at the Stowaways. Stowaways were awesome.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys. We're just yapping our way, and we'll try to get this a little quicker, more entertaining. So Dad played. Dad was amazing. They were awesome. Then there's the dating game. Let's talk about the dating game because that was on Wednesday, and the dating game was literally that, like the dating game. Like there was a couple of bands. We missed the first one, but the second one was one of the guys from Silly Goose, and it was their drummer, and he was like, you could tell he's like slightly nervous, like, drummers don't usually get behind a mic. It was very interesting lineup of ladies, to say the least.
Oh yeah. A wide variety, we'll say.
Yeah, very vocal, very like I got the pegging vibe.
From some of them, yes.
Yeah, not everyone, but yeah.
But
Hmm.
if they're into that, then that's cool. They
Hey,
might have their
I'm not
match.
gonna yuck anybody's yum, but no, they were very aggressive, and he was very like, "Hey, I'm just a little drummer boy," and they were like, "Hey, bitch," blah blah blah. Not really that aggressive, but some were,
They
and
were
then
like,
some of
I
them were
want to
like,
be your bitch.
yeah, and
Just
then
give
some of them
me
were like simps too. They were like, "I just want to be with you," and I'm like, "Okay, calm down, restraining order." Like, you know,
it was entertaining though.
it was very entertaining. And then Ginger played; she was amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think it started raining during her set, which just made it that much more dramatic
Mhm.
out when she did it on the deck. So there's some
Yeah.
cool pictures of that online.
Yep, yep, yep. And then Buck Cherry play, which that was good. And I will say, okay, I don't know his age. I'm gonna have to Google it, but like, homie can move. Like he was like, da, 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 like
Oh yeah.
no, 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 whatever.
He's a good dancer.
Uh huh. I bet he's good in bed too. Just saying. Usually guys with rhythm are.
The way he moves those hips, yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah, he's definitely thrusted a handful of time in his life, right? And then also Hollywood and Dead played their second set, which was I don't know if which one was my favorite. They were both freaking killer, honestly. Both of their sets were.
Yeah. I think the first one was my favorite just because it like set the tone for the whole thing.
Mhm.
But the second one was like equally as fun. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think the second like, the first one, like you said, is setting the tone, it's energizing, it's energetic, it's fun. Then the second one was kind of like, okay, we were, like, in this routine now. Now we're all, like, living together, and this is, like, a house party.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now let's go on to Thursday. Thursday was, I think Thursday was actually was Wednesday, the day that we were at St. Thomas, I
Yeah, we did
believe.
get off on St.
So
Thomas.
we forgot about to talk about that. So just rewind. Wednesday we were at St. Thomas. We just hopped. We didn't do the excursions. No excursions like made our what quiver. So we just hopped in a taxi and then went to Megan's Bay and drank a very stiff ass painkiller. And
That
that's
was
a
my
painkiller
first
drink, you
legit.
guys. Don't worry, we're not there popping pills on like islands. But yeah, man, that drink, I was like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, that was my first legit painkiller for sure.
Yeah, you were like, "Oh, this is fun," and then you're like, "Maybe we should have shared." I'm like, "Yeah, we should have definitely shared."
I was halfway done and I was like, yeah, I'm buzzed already.
Yeah, they're dangerous. So, yeah, St. Thomas was awesome. It's seriously my favorite place on the planet, and you guys can't really see this, but I'm starting to peel, so if you guys want any Holly jerky, DM me. Ew.
You
Let me
probably
peel
will.
off of my layer of rotting skin for you guys and send it to you with a pair of sunglasses. XOXO, thank you for listening.
Teaser talk.
Some teaser talk sunglasses with makeup on them.
Has skin like all over.
Ooh, like, that's, like, the perfect crime scene. You guys are like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna plan a crime on you. Let me get some of that skin and, like, your makeup glasses."
Oh my
Stupid.
god.
Alright, so another thing that I really sad that we missed because we were doing media was Golden Girls bingo. And you know what, Ashley? Maybe we just have our own Golden Girls bingo. Like, we have a wine night at Scotty's, and I would say we wear wigs, but that seems like a lot of work. We just watch Golden Girls and play Golden Girls bingo.
Yeah, I love bingo, so
Yeah, fuck yeah,
I'll
me
bring my
too.
dabbers.
Oh, yeah, like the little those people are insane too, like, "Dot, dot, dot," and they have, like, little troll dolls and, like, Lucky Charms, they're, like, for, like, good luck.
Oh.
I went one time to a legit bingo, like, where, like, seriously old ladies go. That shit was cutthroat, like, as soon as somebody yelled bingo, you would have thought that she had hit out for her afterwards. I'm like, "Alright, I'm not this serious." There was a Mrs. Romper pub crawl. We did see those ladies in the wigs and gentlemen in the wigs and everyone else. That was cool, but we didn't partake. I left my wig at home.
Yes, next time I'm gonna bring my moo.
Mm. No, ma'am, we have a brand to protect.
Just for that night. We're gonna be in
I
disguise.
do miss dressing up, you guys. I'm sitting here in, like, fucking sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I felt like we were, like, Hollywood stars every night. We had, like, dresses and mesh and cutesy stuff, and you could see our figures, and now I'm like, "Hey, you guys are lucky I have a bra on right now."
It
Sad.
was so much fun getting ready twice a day with you.
I know. I know, and,
Maybe 3 times.
dry shampooing our hair, like, 5 times a day was
I
good.
need like a scalp detox, but
Girl, you're telling me I'm about to oh 07 Britney this shit and start over. I'm kidding, you guys. But, okay, so going back to ShipRocked. So Thursday was Dead was their other one. Look at that, you, like, did, like, a little you were doing that and make a thumbs up thing. Mine's not doing it. Never mind.
oh,
Anyways,
I see it.
yeah, like, what is that? Like, why can't I
I
see
didn't do
that?
that.
Yeah, you did something and I don't know, it triggered something.
The Macarena.
Oh my god. And
Weird.
for you guys listening to audio, obviously we're talking about the video right now. So there's like a little thumb up that popped up. All right, cool. What else was there on Thursday? There was a belly flop contest. That shit looked brutal.
Oh, yeah, and some girls participated too, I heard,
Yeah, good
so
for them. Like, you get it, girl. Like, I love that. Not me. It makes me want to throw up just thinking about, like, I'm not very strong in the stomach area. Not a cute look to vomit in the pool and have them drain it.
I was gonna say I would throw up probably, so yeah.
Could you imagine being that girl that ruins the entire fucking belly flop contest because you threw up?
And everybody's taking pictures and posting it on the ShipRocked family
Mhm.
forum.
Mhm. Yeah, and you're the bitch of the week because, like, you ruined somebody's belly flop, like, they're about to win, like, the 5th year in the same row or something, and they're like, can't win it now.
Don't be that person.
Um, okay, so, let me see what else, and then we're gonna talk on this. You guys are hanging out with us for almost 30 minutes. I know we're trying to keep it shorter, but we're just yapping along, and you guys have hung up with us this long. You guys are gonna hear some, allegedly
Oh,
insider
yeah.
info on Starfish, but let me wrap up Thursday. So Atreyu played again. That was awesome. I forgot to mention on Atreyu's first set, they did like a funny backdrop, and I think it was the guys from Nothing More that they photoshopped their heads on like this because the Nothing More guys are all like ripped and like buff and stuff. That was funny. Okay, the struts. The struts were cool-ish. Probably not my vibe. They brought some fun energy, but, like, it was, like, to me, if I was to nickname them, I would say the spy who I would not let shag me.
I love that. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it was more maybe like 80s rock era, which is like
Yeah, it was
cool.
definitely, like, funky, and they had brought some fun energy, but I don't know, like, to
It
me,
was
like, give me, like, either, like, playful, fun party vibes like Hollywood and Dead or give me, like, Ginger or Parkway Drive, like, that's kind of, like, my palette these days. and they were just kind of off it. So I was like, they were good. Don't get me wrong, but I was just, I was like not, I don't know, creaming my, what over them. And then Thursday Parkway Drive played their second set, which was awesome. And then the piano bar, I think that might be the night that we went to the piano bar with some of the people from Hollywood and Dead. Was that whenever King Dom got on stage? I can't remember.
No, I think that was Friday
Was
night.
that the last night?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, these are all running together. So one of the nights, I want to say, let's just say it's Wednesday. Um, we were out getting pizza, and you guys, for those who have gone on a cruise, you can relate. For those who have not gone on a cruise just yet, be warned. The food is never ending. There's always a buffet usually happening, and if not, like the pizza's 24 hours, I believe. At least it was for us. So like I feel like most of our nights ended with a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Either slice of pizza or chicken nuggets from the buffet. And one night we're getting slice of pizza and we look over and we notice that one of the hot tubs are drained. And this is like Wednesday. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, look, that's weird. Why would you drain a completely fine hot tub in the middle of a week and a cruise is in the middle of the ocean? Like that just doesn't sound like it's going to be maintenance. Then one of our friends went over and was like, I'm going to go ask him if somebody, did a, number 2. I don't know why I can sit there and say all the nasty stuff on this podcast, but I just cannot say like those words. It's just so gross to me. So he goes over there and asks them, and they're like, "Oh, it's maintenance." And I'm like, "Bullshit. Like, you don't drain it." So like we were just kind of like, mystery, unsolved Scooby-Doo. Like, we gotta figure this out. And who was it? Was it with POD, right?
Yeah, it was Trey from POD
Yeah.
that was like, you asked him the question, like, if you could sum up this cruise so far in like one word or whatever, and he said starfish. Well, he said something else, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I should have said starfish," and we're like, "Why? What's
Yeah, it
the?"
was after the recording because you could tell, like, you guys obviously don't miss the interviews coming up. Shameless plug. Anyways, that was annoying, but
True though. They're
calm
good.
down, Holly. But yeah, you're right because he was like, because I had asked him the question that you had just said, and then he kind of was like, you tell he wanted to say something but didn't know what to say, and I'm like, man, I should have told him this is teaser talk. Like, who fucking cares? You can cuss, you can say whatever nasty, whatever. And then he had said something, I can't remember what it was, but it was a good answer, but it wasn't like the answer. So after we hit stop recording, that's whenever he said, oh, I was going to say starfish. And I'm like, at this point, again, we're, when we have what little Wi-Fi we can connect to, you always want to see what the tea is on that Facebook group because you guys, people are cracking me up. And somebody had said something about like was there a mishap in the hot tub? And then someone just said, starfish is all I'm saying. And I'm over here like, shit, am I old? Is that like some like a terminology young people use? Is like a sexual move? Is it kind of like a nasty, like they did some fecal matter stuff move? I didn't know what that meant. Like, did you know what he meant when he said starfish? I mean, obviously, I don't think you know what I mean. Like,
I mean, I kind of had the idea just because of that song by Limp Bizkit, "Chocolate Starfish."
ew, you're nasty. Well, because the reason why it would have been so fitting, and I wish Trey would have said that, because POD, they had starfish, right? Like, they had that out, but I just wish we could go back in time and hit record back again and get that. But anyways, no, yeah, so like I didn't know. I was thinking it was like something, I don't know, like I'm like, and then I'm also like, is this bestiality? Like, what is going on here? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, is there like whatever? All right, you guys, should we tell them? Ashley, yes or no? I mean, they've been hanging out with us for 33 minutes at this point. They're like, fucking give us a bone. We're hearing you guys yap on and on.
I think we should, especially because I learned some new things.
Okay,
Cruises.
so allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
we weren't there, but we did see the pool get drained, so I knew that something had happened. So I guess this lady, probably, I'm gonna go ahead and assume she had too much to drink. She probably had more than I had to drink on Tuesday.
That's a fair statement.
It's a very fair. So you guys, she had a lot to drink. So I guess she got drunk enough to show everyone, which I always like tease this into with people. I'm like, hey, do you know why the pool is drained? They're like, why? I'm like, well, involves a butthole and a starfish. And they're like, wait, what? So you guys, here's the butthole and starfish story. So I guess this girl drinks too much and she wants to show people her tattoo. right?
That just happens to be
On her
around,
asshole.
yep, around her asshole.
First off, like, okay, I'm just trying to think on, the closest thing to any kind of, I don't know, intimate areas is, my floral piece that I have on my, like, my lower abdomen, and, like, the bottom part of the flowers, like, I always call it my vagina bone, and it's, like, goes right across right over that. It's funny because when the guy's tattooing me, he's like, "It's like skipping rocks, it's so smooth." I'm like, "Hey, you're welcome, I shaved for you, sir. I'm not trying to be shave me, that's kinda weird."
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah.
even that, like, and that was, like, it wasn't in over, like, tickling the kitty or anything, but it was getting kinda close. Even that, I was shy, like, I'm like, "Ee," like, "Come on, like, stay in there, girl, like, don't be out there flashing everybody in the tattoo parlor." Could you imagine, like, first off, how do you get that tattoo done?
I think you just have to like sit there and like spread
You
your
had to pull your
cheeks
cheeks you had to pull your cheeks the entire
the
time.
whole
Do you have to sit there and spread them? Do they have a device that spreads them for you? Because I feel like my fingers would get sore. Like, I don't know the details. I haven't seen this tattoo. I'm curious. I kinda
I
wanna see
know.
it, honestly. And if you guys are listening to this and you're the Starfish girl, I am welcoming your nudes in my DMs, and I promise you I'll keep them. Like, I won't show them to the world. I might show them to Ashley, so just
Yeah.
know that we're a package deal. But I wanna see your butthole.
And we want to know the process.
Yeah, did you have to hold them? Did somebody else hold them for you? Did they have a device?
Somebody else holding them would be nice. Like,
God, you know what? That's what I want in life. I wanna find a boyfriend that will hold my butt cheeks apart while I get my asshole tattooed. That's
that's
relationship goals.
true love.
True love. So, yeah, apparently, I guess let me go back to the starfish story, and my hair is in my mouth. Ugh. Where's it at? There it is. Okay, it's gone. Anyways, so I guess she's, like, showing people her asshole, and she's just probably holding it just like she did when it was getting tattooed, and clearly bare asshole buttholes in the hot tub is not very sanitary. And I
And
guess
there's
she's very
kids on,
vulgar, right?
just saying.
What'd you say?
There's kids on the cruise.
Yeah, like, could you imagine, like, even some of the outfits that we wore, not that we were, like, super
Yeah.
sleazy, but some of the stuff I was like, "Okay, you can see my thong showing," and I'm like, "Oh my god, like, what if a kid see my asshole?" Or not asshole, wow, like, my G-string or whatever, let alone sit there spread out, like, ooh. Yeah, so anyways, I guess she was very vulgar, clearly, obviously. I mean, she wasn't modest, you know what I'm saying? So I guess they allegedly arrest her and they put her in the cruise jail, which I mean, I guess that makes sense. Obviously, thank God I don't know that one exists because I haven't seen one. Hopefully I never see one. Um, man, I feel like that'd be like solitary confinement. Like it's probably like some like windowless like hole.
I know. I wonder what they feed them in cruise jail.
I feel like it's like, like soups or like, like I'm thinking of like the 1800s or something, like some like terrible meals, like stale bread or like leftover pizza from the night before.
The good thing is she was escorted out on our first stop in St. Thomas.
Okay,
So
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Because first off, like those trips, those tickets from St. Thomas back to the States on the same day, I'm gonna take a limit and say she had to pay at least $600, $700 for a same day flight if she did that.
yeah, I was thinking like 1,000, but yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, probably. I'm probably being like very low ball over here. But yeah, so you guys, the good news is your girls did not show their assholes and did not get kicked off of the ship. And like I don't know about you, but for me, I was telling everyone. I was telling my sisters, I was telling my
Yeah,
friends, I was telling people that I work with. I'm like, okay, you guys, I'm gonna go on this cruise, whatever. Like, awesome, awesome, awesome. Could you imagine, like, you come back and people are like, well, how was the cruise? And you're like, I showed my asshole and I got arrested and kicked off midway through.
I don't think I would tell anybody the real story. I'd have to make something up.
I would like go online on Facebook and I would save other people's pictures that they're sharing in my group and act like I'm like still on there.
Right?
Oh
Same.
man, I'm gonna kick my computer off. So okay, cool. Let's wrap this up, you guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I know this is supposed to be a quickie, but who loves a good little extra long session, right?
Love to yap.
There's just a lot, you guys. 6 days in 40 minutes. I'm impressed by us.
Yeah.
So you guys are welcome. Okay, but then Friday, real quick, we went to Half Moon Cay It was really cool because we saw Silly Goose perform, Jigsaw Youth perform. They had their epic beach wars. That was fun to see from what we could see. It was kind of cold and chilly where our view was, but that
Yeah,
was cool. I took like a 5-minute nap on the beach. That
same.
was nice. Catering was slapping. We took a picture of it to reminisce.
We just wanted to be prepared for this.
We would be prepared to see the menu when we got up there. Whatever. Buck Cherry played that night. The Stowaways played.
Can I
Ghost Kid,
mention
POD, Flat Black played again. They were awesome the second time around. Ginger. Yeah, that was just a fun night. And you know what what we missed, but I don't think we missed it,
what?
is the Jesse Leach Rebel Yell, the closing party. Apparently, there were, like, not strippers, but girls in, like, skimpy things
Oh,
on tables
yeah.
dancing, but we might be in that Hollywood Undead, like, the little spoof thing that they were making, and they're like, "And you get to meet celebrities like King Dom," and we're like, "Alright." Might be in that, so we got that going for us.
Okay. An honorable mention on Friday is that's the first time I had seen people like doing like a mosh circle in the ocean.
Mhm.
That was
That
interesting.
was a first for me too. And I think too, like, because obviously you guys on the ship, you can't just like mosh because we're on a ship and ain't nobody's trying to go get stitches from the medical. I mean, I'm sure they have great doctors, but I'm not trying to get stitches
Yeah.
from there. So for safety reasons, of course, they don't allow moshing or anything on board. So I think a lot of people that pent up. And then when they got to the beach, they were like moshing, circle pits. But yeah, there was a mosh pit and a circle pit in the ocean.
Yeah.
100%.
Super badass.
Very, very cool. All right, Ashley. So I'm curious, what was something that made you most surprised about ShipRocked? And then what was your favorite memory?
Most surprised. I can't keep saying the starfish story, so I need to like veer off from that. That's very
It's
shocking
kind
though.
of like, you guys, we had this rule during the during the cruise that like anytime we said Bonnie Blue, we had to take a shot. Don't say starfish. That's the new Bonnie Blue. It was like you had to take a shot.
So the most surprised, I know this is going to be weird, but honestly, the whole staff on the boat and the people that ran the show and all of that were just like very on point.
Mhm.
I loved seeing the carnival workers like rock out. I think they even had fun on the cruise because it's not like their usual
Yeah.
crowd. Like they were able to do that. So
They're
that,
usually like screaming kids and like old ladies.
yeah, exactly. It was like really cool rock shows. And I saw them get into it. So that was surprising and cool. And then my favorite memories have to be the guys doing karaoke because it's like
Yeah.
one thing to like obviously see them perform with their
Mhm.
bands and on stage and all of that, but then when you kind of get to see like on a raw level, like just kind of karaokeing like anybody else on the ship, that was really cool. So I'd say
Yeah.
that. What about you?
Yeah, I agree, and, like, one thing this isn't my thing, but you were talking about that. You remember when we had dinner in, like, the dining room area, and the first night we were sitting there watching it, and I've never been on a Carnival cruise before, and I think this might be a thing that's on Carnival, I don't know, but we're sitting there trying to enjoy our nice steak and, chicken dinners and, sitting down and acting kind of somewhat put together, and out of nowhere, like, the Macarena or some music just starts blaring, and I'm not even talking about they don't ease into it, it is just it's like, "What the fuck is happening? Is this like an SOS? Are we getting hijacked? What is happening?" And we're just sitting there, like, looking around, and then these, like, people that work for the ship, they were, like, in these, like, outfits. What are the outfits called?
I don't
I don't
know,
know.
like what are that dance called?
Uh-huh.
The poofy
The
sleeves.
poofy sleeves outfits, and they were out there, and they were having a great time, but, like, it's funny because like, some of those guys were, like, getting into it, and they were like I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to be funny. They're, like, showing up, like, their shirts a little bit, pulling it up, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
"No, no, sir. No, thank you." No, thank you.
dancing on tables.
Yeah, they were wild, so that was cool, but that's not my most surprising. So I'm gonna say my most surprising was Oh, you know what? Not necessarily toward the experience, but man, I'm very surprised how long it took me to get my land legs back. I had sea legs for probably a good 3 days afterwards. Like, I
Yeah.
was sitting on Zooms and I'm like, "You guys, if I'm swaying, I swear to God, I'm not drinking at 8 AM. I'm just, like, still on a ship." So I was surprised about that, but as far as the experience goes, I think one thing that I mean, and I heard it, like, Swiggy was talking about it, and I know Chad, when I had Chad on the podcast, oh, that was cool to meet him in person, because I think I only had met him virtually. Anyways, um, it was to see, like, literally, how, like, much the artists were very much into the crowd. Like, they watched the shows with us, they were eating in the buffet with us, they were hanging out singing karaoke, well, not singing karaoke with me, but, singing karaoke. Um, so, like, that was a cool one. I like that. That was surprising to see that, like, in real life, how much, it was. And then favorite part, I'm with you just, because it's always amazing. I'm very grateful, like, whenever I do a lot of these festivals and meet a lot of these artists and just, like, you find your people. Like, it just happens when you find your people and you just, like, hang out with them. And I was just very grateful and very excited, and that was my favorite part, is just finding our people on the ship, which y'all
Yeah.
know who you are. Shout out to the real ones. Not trying to name drop, but yeah, that was just cool experience, just to really hang out with truly, like, awesome people, that and then also too, like, seeing them, like, as artists interact with their fans and not be
Yeah.
assholes. That was cool too, to kind of see that. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
my friends. They're nice. They're cool. Go ahead and take your picture. That's nice. But yeah, and you know what? Like, I'm surprised you guys. I haven't gone too much in this, and I don't think I will. But yeah, I had my relationships. Don't worry, like, I don't kiss and tell, but don't. It's not like I had a bunch of how do I say this? Swapping bodily fluids. There's some platonic. There's lots of platonic, lots of no show, me being a brat type thing. But yeah.
I think our platonic boyfriends enlightened us in a positive way because they were sober.
Well, you know what okay, yeah, 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 I was thinking that those were the other ones. Yes, you know what? It's all everyone can use a platonic sober boyfriend. That means obviously a friend that's sober, but they're boys and they're straight. We're used to having gay men as friends, so there's that. And then our prom dates, well, at least my prom date, I think it just reminded me, like, hey, 26-year-old still wants this.
You still got it.
Stupid. I still got it. I still got it. But whatever. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with this double, triple, most the length of episodes we aim to be, but hopefully you found it entertaining. And I cannot say this enough. I'm actually going to be working with the media group. I saw Christine's email come out, and getting you guys a promo code to sign up to get some savings slash onboard credits for next year if you guys register. So stay tuned. I'm going to make sure to drop that in the link or the that promo code in the comments. Also to, like, pop it up on this video, flash the word, flash the word. So you guys can go in, because if you guys haven't been to ShipRocked, you're freaking missing out. Like, just literally the stuff that we told you is the tip of the iceberg. Like,
Yes.
some of the stuff we will never ever tell you. Some of the stuff we probably forgot that happened that we wish we could tell you, but we forgot. Some of this stuff we just ran out of time for. So all I can say was fucking epic. That's my word for it. It's going to be hashtag fucking epic.
Yep. I agree.
So you guys look out, make sure you book it for next year. I know the good cabins go fast. And if you guys have already been, you already know it. So go ahead and book it again and hit us up too, because hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be at next year. I mean, I'm already booking off my calendar, and Ashley, I hope you are too, because
Oh
girl,
yeah. They
I
announced.
couldn't imagine anybody else being my cabin roommate. And Lord knows, you guys know I'm not going to find a guy before then that I can stand. God, I'll probably go through like 3 of them.
And even then, just have them, buy their own ticket.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a cock block up in here, like, kinda, like, block me for my fun, Like, mm-mm. No
Yeah.
offense to you guys out there in relationships, but sometimes guys can be a drag on things like this. And
Yeah.
you wonder
Get a
why I'm
girls
still
trip.
single. You wonder why I'm still single. Here's my mindset. Alright, you guys, I guess this is us signing off. Well, hopefully we'll see you guys next year at ShipRock. Thank you for listening to us yap for 48
Almost an
48.
hour.
Yeah, shh, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. And until then, you guys, don't do anything we wouldn't do, and keep rocking. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk. Head over to teasertalk.com to subscribe so you don't miss out on another episode. Until next week, keep rocking.